It's not Halloween, but in some regions of the world, it's Ghost Month. What does that have to do with crypto? A guy gets stopped by the TSA for carrying Bitcoin in his backpack, and Travis and I jump into the ring, each dropping $100 on a coin in a friendly competition. May the best investor win, and may your crypto IQ increase from listening to this episode, number 17 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Hello, friends, and welcome to Blockchain for Blockheads. We're retitling the show. No, actually, it's the Bad Crypto Podcast, the show for the crypto curious. I'm Joel Comm, Blockhead number 1, and over here next to me is Travis Wright, Blockhead number 2. Hello, Mr. Blockhead.
I am not Joel Comm. Yeah, this is great. So we are both blockheads. We are rocking and rolling here on this crazy crypto train. Moving right along, episode 17 is here, folks. Buckle
We're
in.
going off the rails on the crypto train. Man, we date ourselves so much with these musical selections. By the way, none of that stuff is made up, guys. This is just random pulling it out of our ear because I get a song in my head or Travis comes up with a tune and away we go.
I'm pretty sure we went off the crypto rails on the crazy train back in episode 1.
Yeah,
we've ever actually been on the rails.
I know, we're off the rails, and already we're in episode 17. The show continues to break new records, and thank you. We do continue to give away bad coin, and if you check on the blog, you'll find out how to do that. But what we really want to do is focus on our final giveaway of Stellar Lumens. What episode was it that we began this giveaway, Trev?
I believe it was episode 9 or episode 10, one of those.
Number nine. Yeah, we started giving away Stellar Lumens. We had an interview with a representative from Stellar, and ever since then, we've been letting you guys sporadically know that we've got a chunk of lumens to give away. Well, this is probably going to be the final chunk, and we are going to give away, not telling you how many people are going to get it, so you got to move fast because there's only so many sets of lumens left, but basically they're packs of 500 Stellar Lumens, and that's worth on the market, I want to say about $10 in US dollars, right?
They have increased in value, and the remaining lumens that we have to give away are looming large. And it was episode 10, Joel, whenever we first launched Stellar Lumens. So,
okay. So if you want to find out,
IN 010.
Yeah, 010, the binary show. If you want to find out more about what Stellar Lumens are and what you do with these things, when you claim them, you'll get an invite from us. And the way to do that is, how do they do that? How do they claim their lumens?
So what you're going to do today is you are going to go to badco.in/news. We are bringing back the newsletter version to claim your lumens. So what you're going to do is you're going to go there, you're going to click it, you're going to claim your lumens. That's going to send us your email as you sign up for the newsletter. And then what you also have to approve that you want to join the newsletter. So you're going to get an email back from our email provider. You got to say, yes, we want to approve that. Then what we'll do is we will go through and start sending those out over probably the next 48 hours.
And you will become luminary. You will become one of the lumineers
Light.
and say, hey, ho, because that's what they do. That's pretty much what they do.
Lumineers. Actually, one of my best photos I've ever taken, I was in Paris, and at nighttime they sometimes do really cool effects on the Eiffel Tower, and it said Lumiere, and it had these cool sparkles all going on. I got this amazing photo. Actually, I will post it in the show notes because I am so proud of that photo.
Wait, Lumiere, he was the candlestick from Beauty and the Beast. It means light, right? Or candle?
It does. It means light, yes.
Oh, Lumiere. We will put this is no relation to Stellar Lumens. We're just being silly. And
nothing at all. Yeah.
Oh, French toast. We're going to teach you something now, and it's going to come from this question.
What's up, Joel and Travis? My name is John Delancey. My question for you is, and you may have covered this or you may be planning to cover this, but how do we do our research? How do we find the things like NEO that come on the market at 41 cents and then go to $41? What resources have you found, or what methods have you found to do that kind of research? Or do you just kind of spray and pray, put money everywhere and see what happens? So that's my question. I'd love to hear it on the podcast, and best of luck and continued growth for the Bad Crypto Podcast. It's awesome. I'll be listening. Thanks.
That is a great question, John. So there's multiple ways to do research.
Isn't John Delancey, wasn't he on Star Trek Next Generation? Wasn't he Q? He was the actor.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's probably a different John Delancey, I'm guessing, but
sure,
I think the actor's name that played Q on Star Trek Next Generation was John Delancey. He was great in that role too.
I watch so little TV; it's embarrassing. I mean, it is a shame how little TV that I have in my repertoire.
Well,
I have lots of '80s TV references and early '90s, but after that, I'm done.
That was '80s and '90s, I think. Anyway. Go ahead.
I'm more of a Star Wars guy. I apologize for the Star Trek.
What's the answer to the question?
Yeah, so we've had some. We've gone over this before. There are different methods of monitoring it. One of the ways that I like to kind of research and figure out which ones that I want to cover is I'll go to coinmarketcap.com. I will click on there's a tab called trending. I like to look at that, and I like to see which ones each day are growing, which ones are, that have had some movement or maybe have fallen down a little bit. I always like to just kind of check out the spikes and see what's going on. And so I'm always looking for, companies that have at least maybe $1 million or $2 million in volume over the last 24 hours. I like to see a little bit of movement, and then I'll just check them out. Like if they have $1 million or $2 million or above in volume, and they have a decent market cap, or it looks like it's growing, then I will go and research their company. I will go to their website. I will go read their white paper and whatnot. And there's also some really great ways to do research on ICOs. Do you want to cover that, Joel?
Yeah, so there's a number of sites that we refer to for those. One of them, actually, I should pull it up here, is called coinschedule.com. Now, this doesn't list comprehensively all the ICOs that are going on, but it does list quite a number of the crowdfunding and ICO things that are in process right now, as well as those that are upcoming. In fact, one of the things I like about this site is it shows you how far they are into their ICO. As of today, I'm looking at one called Teleport ICO, and it's 99.83% done, and it's in the gaming and VR space. There's another one which I don't know anything about, called Authorship, which I do want to look at because I'm an author. I'm wondering what they're doing. It's in the content management space, and it says 50.9% done. And then there's a list of the ones that are coming up on a calendar, and that's a fun way to kind of poke around and see what people are doing. Most of them don't get my attention and I pass by, but if you click on any one of them, you could read more about what the token and utility is, what the dates are, what the cost is to invest, whether or not you can invest as a U.S. citizen or not, and links to their website, often in their Slack and their Reddit, which, by the way, is another great place that I do research, is on Reddit.
Yep, and there are a few other places that I like to personally go aside from the coin schedule. There's one called topicolist.com. So that's a curated, up-to-date list that's going to share which ones are upcoming or recently have passed, or which ones are trending. There's another one called icoalert.com. Cointelegraph, they actually have their own ICO calendar, which is pretty helpful as well. There's actually several different places. ICO List is another one, ICO Countdown, and also tokenmarket.net has some as well that are coming up. So there's a plenty of places. So just go on the Googles and type in, ICO, upcoming ICOs, or ICO calendar, or, upcoming ICOs, and you should be able to find plenty of places to do some research.
Yeah, and finally, Travis, there's no shortage of Facebook groups. If you just type cryptocurrency, Bitcoin search. Many
That's
of them you have
dangerous
to.
though, brother, because there could be some pumping or dumping up there.
Well,
Up
it's
in
all
those.
dangerous. Look, listen, in a great time for the disclaimer, we are not financial advisors or experts or of any kind. As we said, we're a couple of blockheads that are just enamored with blockchain. And make sure you go do your own due diligence. When we talk about any type of currency here, that is not making a suggestion that you should do anything with your money. You are responsible for the monies in your accounts, and you realize that crypto especially is a very risky investment model, and so never invest what you cannot afford to lose. And with that, let's go to the news. Very scary. It's Ghost Month in August. What the heck what is this, Travis? What is Ghost Month, and why is it relevant at all to cryptocurrency?
Right. Now, I do want to give a disclaimer on this. This could be complete FUD, fear under and doubt. What is it? Fear under. What is the other one? Fear,
Fear, uncertainty, and
Yeah,
doubt.
there it
It
is.
could also be BS, Barbara Streisand.
It could completely be that. So I saw this post on Steemit, which is a cryptocurrency social media site, right? And they were talking about they understand now why Neo and OMG and 10x, which is Pay, and some of these other cryptocurrencies aren't moving. And so here's what's going on. This is the theory, and then we also have another couple of links about what Ghost Month is. So in China, they have Neo. Japan has the Omizigo. How do you
We
pronounce
just
it?
call it OMG. That's the simple.
OMG. It's a really weird word. OMISEGO.
Omisigo, I want to say.
Omizigo.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's from Japan. And then 10x is in Singapore. So these countries have what is called a Ghost Month every August each year. And this year, Ghost Month lands from August 22nd to September 19th. And what that means is, as the month moves into Ghost Month, people in the stock market traditionally become a little bit more fearful of Ghost Month, and many advise to avoid investing at all during that time. That is considered bad luck, right?
Well, here's the reason they believe that. According to Chinese legend, Ghost Month is when evil spirits are unleashed from hell and roam the earth, bringing bad luck wherever they go. So apparently there are businessmen that are superstitious and in good number that just kind of hang back during this time, stay off the ghostly radar, I suppose.
Yep. So if you actually go and do a Google search for Ghost Month superstitions and check out Ghost Month, I mean, it is something that a lot of folks in Asia are superstitious around, and so which is interesting to me because it's also the 8th month, which 8 is a very big, powerful number for them. They love in Asia. They love the number 8, and so I don't know. It's one of those things. So what they're saying is there's 7 tips on how to deal with Ghost Month. Stick to the basics. During a slowdown, it's best to prioritize these important expenses, reschedule large ticket expenses, don't miss paying bills, take on extra jobs, avoid unnecessary debt, et cetera, et cetera. Those are just some of the financial advice that they have for folks in Asia around Ghost Month, because financial transactions, is not something that folks like to do more investing during that month. So who knows? That could be complete bogus and BS, and we're in a new world with folks pouring money into crypto, so that may or may not matter. But we have noticed that the prices of those have sort of remained steady and not really moved all that much.
Yeah. So who knows? But it is an entertaining story nonetheless. Speaking of entertaining stories, this is actually an old story, but I doubt that our listeners, for the most part, have heard it. This news is what we call old news. This news is crusty. It's so old. It's from February of 2014. But the story is so entertaining that I feel like I have to share it. And again, this is a story that may be legend. We don't know for sure if it's fully corroborated, but I like to believe it's true. And the story came from TechCrunch.com. TSA reportedly demands to inspect man's luggage for Bitcoin. Apparently, this guy was going through security, and an airport security personnel said we wanted to do enhanced screening because, quote, we saw Bitcoin in your bag and need to check.
Right. We saw Bitcoin in your bag. How
So he
exactly
responded.
did he have one of those Joel.com physical coins or what?
I don't know. This guy, his name's Davey Baker, said, "What did the Bitcoin look like?" Because the guy wanted, he wanted to see if he could describe it, and the agent said that they look like tokens, and since it was illegal to travel with more than $10,000 in cash, that there was a warranted probe, and so I don't know how somebody frisks you for
A
Bitcoin.
warranted probe. Like what kind of probe? That sounds not fun.
Well, it's TSA, so you never know.
Don't probe me, bro.
Yeah, don't. Right. So I almost said a joke that would have gone beyond the explicit warning and totally off brand. So
good job.
I'm holding my fake Bitcoin. I understand if you had like a stack of fake Bitcoins, these 1 ounce nickel it's probably made of, but it's gold plated and has a B on it. I could understand somebody who doesn't know what Bitcoin is going, this guy's carrying a wad of some sort of precious metal. But again, this was several years ago, and hopefully people understand now that you can't see Bitcoin any more than you can see ghosts during Ghost Month.
That is true. And you know what? That was in 2014 when that happened. I mean, here we are in 2017 and people really don't understand Bitcoin today. 3 years ago, they were even more clueless, right?
Right. Well, there's a lot of people that are still learning, and many of you are here with us, and we're grateful for that. Travis, we got an email in our box last week telling us about an event that's taking place in Aspen. And I'm not going to give any details about it now, but it's a blockchain event. And it got me thinking, how many crypto and blockchain related events are there in the world? And I went to coindesk.com /Bitcoin events, which will be in the show notes. And I am completely blown away. Blown away. Looking at the calendar now, it starts September 7th. For some reason, the ones that are in August aren't on this part of the calendar. But September 7th, the blockchain conference in Kiev, that's Ukraine. September 7th, blockchain and Bitcoin conference, Stockholm, Sweden. September 9th through 11th, breaking Bitcoin in Paris. Oh, c'est bonjour to lumière. September 10th, Shape the Future, Bitcoin and Blockchain Global Summit in Beijing. September 11th through 14th, Finovate Fall in New York. This list goes on and on. There's a whole page that I'm looking at without scrolling that just goes to September 25th, and it fills the page. Mumbai, London, Moscow, Essen, Zurich, Vienna, San Francisco, Dublin, Vancouver, Chicago, Houston, Cambridge. I mean, this, and then I scroll, and the list just goes on and on. There are pages of conferences. Which ones do we go to?
That's a hard one to think. And if you're actually looking at the list, it only goes to February, right? So this is essentially just 6 months worth of conferences. And it looks to me like there's about 80 of them on there. Just in the next 6 months.
So we're going to get to explore. I have a feeling that this podcast is going to take us all over the world. And by the way, if there's anybody that is putting on an event and you're interested in having us come speak or want us to attend as press, reach out to us. In fact, all y'all can reach out to us for whatever your needs are by going to a number of different places. You can email us at badcryptopodcast@gmail.com. You can go to badcryptopodcast.com and click the Contact Us link. Of course, find us on the Twitters, but we've also got a phone number. What's that phone number, Travis?
That phone number is 708-885-9030.
Yeah, great place to ask questions, leave feedback, especially if you want to ask us what our Bitcoin address is, because you want to send us wads of Bitcoin that we can put in our backpack and have recognized by TSA when we go through security. Is that a correct
classification for a bunch? We have wads of Bitcoin? Is that?
I don't know. How many, you have a gaggle of geese. Really, you were going.
That was a goocher.
Oh my gosh! Pinch poke, buy me a Coke. I don't know. What is you guys let us know how many, you can get a stack of Benjamins, right?
A bevy of Bitcoin,
A bevy of Bitcoin. That wouldn't be
a
bad.
lot of Litecoin.
One more mention on the state of the market here. This story that showed up in Cointelegraph.com. The news here is really interesting because although some have said we're approaching a bear market for cryptocurrency, as of today, what's coin market cap today, Travis?
Coin
What's the total?
market. What's the total
Yeah,
value
total market cap,
of the
all
total
crypto.
market cap today? Well, it looks like we're sitting at about $166 billion.
Billion. Okay. And what's going on? Well, this article says investors pull billions from stocks as new Bitcoin crypto options appear. We've discussed before your incredible loss of value in the precious metals you've invested in, and how if you would have bought crypto instead, you would be laughing and jetting around the world in your own private jet. But the fact is the price of precious metals are down, and while the stock market is at an all-time high, they're seeing the CNBC has reported that the stock market has seen the largest withdrawal rate since 2004, with more than 30 billion being taken out of the markets over the past 10 weeks, which a huge portion of that is leaving precious metals. Where's the money going?
It's going to the cryptos. And what's actually interesting is our friend over at LA Token was quoted in this one, actually, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So we're actually going to have an episode coming up shortly with the CEO of LA Token. Just went through a very successful first round of their ICO. Valentin Preobrazhensky, I believe I've said it right.
That was the best way that's the best time you've ever said it. That was very
Yeah,
nice.
great. Well, he's going to be coming up in an episode. We've got in a ICO spotlight as well as a bad crypto extra. I like to roll my R's. Travis, you ready to get into the cage and battle this out?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Travis, do you remember when we started this show, one of the initial premises was that being regular guys who are new to crypto, we would take some of our own money and invest it and then see how we were doing a week or a month later and see who made better investments?
I do recall.
Yeah, but we haven't done that. And I think it's time for a friendly wager between you and I. Are you down with it?
I'm down. I'm down.
All right, so here's the rules of the game. We've each been researching some altcoins. That is everything that's not Bitcoin, and kind of everything that's not Ethereum or Litecoin, because I'm starting to consider them primary coins, even though technically they're altcoins, because their market cap is so big. Mm-hmm. And my suggestion is that we each pull $100, a crisp, clean Benjamin out of our wallet, and we look at coins that have a cash value of $5 or less. We each bring 3 to the table to talk about. So we're going to talk about 6 different altcoins here, as reasonably as we can with as little information as we actually have. And then each of us are going to pick one of those to toss that $100 and invest into. And then 30 days from now, we're going to see where that investment has taken us.
Right
Those
on.
are
And
the
so
rules.
that's great. And so just so everyone knows, today is, when we're recording this is August 30th. And so at the end of September, we should do another show and go over what we know.
Exactly. We will do that. We'll let you know this. And we'll probably let you know the State of the Union along the way, too, because if I'm doing better than you, I'm going to poke the bear. And, if you're doing better than me, I'm going to say, well, on to the next segment. There is one other rule, though. And the one other rule is that we cannot invest in a coin that we already own. Right, so it's not like, hey, my 10x is doing really, really well. I'm going to toss another $100 in it. No, these have to be all new.
That's bogus, Joel.
That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Mm-hmm. Said who?
Some things will never change.
Who did
Dude, I don't know. That's a song from
Oh
this.
man, that was Bruce Hornsby in The
Bruce
Rain.
Hornsby. Okay,
That
there
was the
you go.
song that put him on the map.
You are really, really dating yourself now.
Well, I was a former DJ. That was actually that's a real surprise. Rock 107 WPGO-FM. Sure, Ben. I can't even say it now. Let me do it again because that came out so bad. Rock 107 Urbana-Champaign's classic rock WPGU. There we go.
Very nice. I was also a radio disc jockey.
Okay, give us your DJ voice.
So my disc jockey, so it was great. I was 13. So my voice would have kind of been like this.
Okay.
KMAM, KMOE in Butler.
Nice. We should be podcasters.
We maybe want to do a podcast someday. When are we going to do this, the Joel and Travis Crypto Show?
Oh, you mean this crazy thing we're doing now? Okay, so you go first. Do you want to do all three and then I do my three?
No, let's do one at a time.
Okay, you go first. Tell me about the first of three that you're considering dropping your crisp, clear, newly minted Benjamin on.
All right. The very first one that I'm thinking about is the BAT token, BAT. That is the basic attention token. And it is a blockchain-based digital advertising platform that was from the creator of JavaScript. He was also the co-founder of Mozilla and Firefox. And what they've done is they built a brand new browser called Brave. And Brave does not allow the injection of JavaScript. It has no ads that are popping in organically. So if you're on mobile, Brave, it's a free browser, but oh my God, it is so smoking. No ads, no spam, no injection of viruses and JavaScript into your thing. So what they've done instead is they're like, what about these publishers that are creating all this great content? How are they going to still get paid? And so what they've done is they've created the basic attention token, which is, in their words, radically improving the efficiency of digital advertising by creating this new token that can be exchanged between publishers, advertisers, and users, happening on the Ethereum blockchain. So you can check that out at basicattentiontoken.org. Currently, it has a $242 million market cap. There's a billion of them in circulation. There'll be 1.5 billion when it's all said and done. Today, it is worth 0.24223 cents, so almost 25 cents.
Okay, fair enough. Here's what's really interesting. I actually have 4 coins open in my browser, realizing that I've got to pick 3 and drop one, and BAT was one of the 4. So I'm dropping that from my consideration, and instead, the first one that I'm looking at is called Coindash. The website is coindash.io. Their tagline is "Into the Future of Trading." And what this is a crypto-based social trading platform. Get insight about your crypto portfolio, benchmark it against the market and other traders, follow the best performing investors, and invest exactly like them with the copy trade feature. Discover new opportunities, new tools. They've got an ICO dashboard, automation, investment, and more. They've actually got a beta app running right now. So this is a download, or it might be web-based, but it allows you to access your portfolio, the trader network, the marketplace, and it looks like the beta app is now on both I'm not sure if it's just Android or iOS and Android, but they've got 8,500 users that are registered for this. They've created almost 8,000 portfolios. They've been featured in a bunch of different publications like Bloomberg. And their token, the symbol is CDT. And it's an Ethereum and ERC20 token. And you use the token to view, follow, or copy other traders' portfolios and strategies. So like if you don't know what you're doing, you might look at this and go, is there somebody here who does know? And you use your token to do that. You earn Coindash token by sharing your portfolio in your investment expertise. So it's this market of buying. It's really an information marketplace. Coindash is currently got a market cap of 47 million and change, and it's sitting at about 8.5 cents.
Not bad. So it looks like they're integrating into Neo now as well.
Yeah.
Looking on their website. Now, I recall we've talked about Coindash in the past, right? When they did their initial coin offering, they were the ones who had their website hacked and their Ethereum address switched out with another address. So $7 million worth of Ethereum got taken off the top there.
I
I'm not
wasn't
sure.
aware of that, but you're correct. We have mentioned them before, but I haven't owned any, and I don't think you have either.
I haven't owned any either. No, no, no. I did
Okay.
not. That kind of scared me away.
All right.
All
What do you
right.
got next?
So my second one that I am looking at is it's the coin. It's called 0x, and
You
0x is a
gotta be kidding me. Okay, is that District OX DNT?
nope. It's
Okay.
oxproject.com.
Okay,
So a
great.
totally different one. So the District OX is different than
Okay.
0x. So
Because come on, what do you like? Read my email or something?
I don't know. I'm not. No. So it's basically what this is. The world is becoming tokenized, right? And so the Ethereum blockchain is hosts a variety of different digital assets, and it's basically like all these different thousands of assets are going to be tokenized and move into this open financial network. Now, this is an interesting one. So this is one that's already been out. They have already done their ICO, and there are a lot of projects that are building on top of 0x, including District OX, right? So Augur, Aragon, Maker, some of these other ones, really nice companies that are popping up. They are being built on the 0x platform, and so you can go to 0xproject.com. The coin is the code is ZRX. The market cap is $165 million right now, and it's getting about $5 to $6 million per day in market volume. And look at this: there's 500 million in circulation. There'll be $1 billion in circulation total down the road. Right now, it is worth about 33 cents.
All righty, 33 cents. All right, next up on mine is one that I've been watching for some time and have not pulled the trigger on. It's called IOTA. The symbol of IOTA is IOTA. Actually, it's MIOTA. I'm not sure what the M stands for. But
Money.
Money. IOTA. It's iota.org, and it's the backbone of the Internet of Things. And the Internet of Things, of course, is how we are connecting all the machinery over the internet, whether it's going to be your smart home or whether we're talking about parking meters, right? Everything being connected and tied together in this economy. From their official blog, the main purpose of IOTA is to serve the machine economy by enabling feeless M2M, that's machine-to-machine payments, tamper-proof data security, as well as a whole range of new tools and products that they're working on and we'll talk about soon. They've got a vision to work together with some of the largest companies in the world and keep user-friendliness of their products in mind. They've actually got a GUI now, a wallet, an IOTA wallet. I'm not sure if it's for iOS or Android or both, but and I'm still not totally clear on the functionality of how IOTA works, but I know they've tokenized this thing and they've got 2.779 billion in circulation. The market cap of this is 2.4 billion. Looks like it's had a pretty decent run lately, and the current price per token is 86 cents and change on top of the change.
So that is MIOTA, Miota, right on. And coincidentally, used to drive a Miata, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. What a coinky dink. What's number 3 for you?
All right, so 3 for me. So what's interesting is that blockchain can do so much in so many different businesses, and there's a lot of venture capital folks coming into the space, right? And so what we're seeing is there's actually some interesting VC groups that are founding, that are creating their own token, and then they are allowing folks to come in and invest on some of these new ICOs that are popping up. And so one of them is called Cofound.it, and Cofound.it is cofound.it. And this is a platform that connects to teams that are trained to become serious blockchain businesses. And what they do is they go through this process where they select these various different ICOs, And from what we've heard, we've actually chatted with, going to be chatting with one here in the future with one of the companies that actually have gone through their process, which is how I heard about them. And so they do this 1 to 2 week selection phase. Then they do this sort of boot camp type of thing where they're going through 8 to 12 weeks where they're working with these team of blockchain specialists and helping them get their stuff ready to roll. Then they go through their ICO fundraising, and then they transition into becoming businesses all on their own. So if somebody's actually has a great idea about it, you can actually go through the process and apply to be a team to go through co-found it. But I found it really interesting. The companies that are gone through are very well vetted. Music Economy is one that's actually going through and going to become a crowd sale by crowdfunding. It's going to be the next one that's popping up. So I found it really interesting. They are at about an 81 million market cap right now with about $1 million a day in volume. They have 325,000 of their CFI tokens out and 500 million total supply. And right now it's about 25 cents per the token. So all of mine are right around 25 to 35 cents per coin. The ones that I had saw. So co-found it.
Okay, and my third one, I was afraid you were stepping on my toes with your OX thing, but this is actually District 0x. Is the name of the business. The token is DNT, is what you're looking for if you're following the bouncing ball in CoinMarketCap, but it's districtox.io. And this is really fascinating because they're building a community here. It's actually, DistrictOX is a network of decentralized markets and communities where you can create, operate, and govern them. It's Ethereum powered. It's also Aragon and IPF powered. I don't know what that is, but districts are basically marketplaces and communities that exist on their own. They're autonomous, decentralized organizations on the District OX network. So essentially, all citizens of the internet, that's you and me, will be able to create and deploy your own districts to the network free of charge. And so what does that mean? Well, think of it kind of as a social site, right? Where you can post, you can list stuff, you can search, you can filter. It's gamified a little bit with ranking and reputation, and there's monies tied to it through payments and invoicing. I don't understand the governance by Aragon. I think that's another platform that it's built on top of this. But if you'll go to the website and scroll down, you'll see there's already a number of districts that are put up here as a sample. One of them is called Ethlance, which is a decentralized job market for anybody from freelancers to full-time career seekers. There's Name Bazaar, which is a peer-to-peer marketplace for exchange of domain names using the Ethereum name service. There's the Meme Factory, which I can only imagine, knowing what memes are, that could be a fun one. And then when this is fully deployed, you'll be able to build your very own districts. It is currently with a market cap of $61 million and with 600 million tokens in circulation, it's currently sitting at over just 10 cents per token. So there you go. There's Travis's 3 that he's investigating and my 3. And now the moment of truth as we cue the Jeopardy music. And we each pick which of these 3 tokens that we've each brought to the table are we going to select one to invest $100 in. So what do you think, Travis?
I think that this is a fun thing. I think we should probably do this at the end of every month. We could sort of go over and say, hey, here's what we did this month, and then we talk about the upcoming ones for the next month. But again, we're not making recommendations on any of these that you should buy. No. This is all about you checking out on your own. Do some research on your own and figuring out, because chances are I'm going to pick the wrong one. I have 3 good ones that may do something pretty good this next month, but who knows? I might pick the wrong one. Joel might pick the wrong one. We both might lose money this month. Who knows? Right. So don't take any of these things as we say as gospel of like, oh my God, Travis picked this one. He picked BAT, 0x, and CFI. I better grab some. No. Do your own research. Do not just blindly go and do that.
We're doing triple disclaimers on this episode.
Well, really, we should, because almost after each one. So My gut feeling, all three of the ones that I picked, I think are going to have a pretty good chance. I have the research that I've done is that BAT, they're going to release their new Mercury version of their platform in mid-September, and looking at the way that the trending lines are looking, it looked like that could take off. It's not anywhere near its all-time high, so I think I'm gonna go with BAT as my $100 pick for the month of September.
Okay, and it is difficult. I mean, as I'm looking at all these, I'm like, wow, there's really a lot of potential here. And if we had time, I would just ask, our listeners to vote on which one to go into. I think knowing that CoinDash has had some initial problems, it does make me a little wary of it. I'm seeing more buzz and chatter about both District OX and IOTA. I think just base. I like to have more tokens. Okay, this is not smart investing, by the way. You don't invest in something just because the price is lower. But since I'm only playing with $100 here, and District OX is 10 cents as opposed to IOTA's 86 cents a token, I just want more tokens in my account, and so I am going to go with DNT for my $100 investment, and that is my final answer.
It's dynamite.
I hope it is. I hope it's explosive. And with that, guys, we'll report back as the show goes on. Of course, you can watch for yourself. We'll report how we're doing with our investments. And we're just grateful that you're here and listening, and would really appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button wherever it is you're listening from, whether it's on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud. It would mean a lot to us to know that we're in your listening queue for your podcast diet.
We love being all up in your ear holes.
We do. Okay, hey, it's a wrap. We love you so much, it hurts. We'll catch you on the next episode of the Bad Crypto Podcast. And until then, stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.